Welcome to today's webinar, Leveraging Your Design Finder by ASID Industry Partner Benefit. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. So my name is Matthew DeGeeter, the Senior Vice President of Strategic Enterprises at the American Society of Interior Designers. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's webinar. So thank you for joining us today. We're hosting this webinar to help you make the most of Design Finder by ASID, a revolutionary platform developed to streamline the search for qualified interior designers and interior design suppliers. So in the next 20 minutes, we will present the following. We're going to explore Design Finder and what is included in a Level 2 basic listing for product and resource suppliers, learn how to get started claiming your listing and making it public, hearing from an ASID Industry Partner member, and getting your questions answered. So as attendees, your audio is muted and the attendee chat is disabled. So please use the Q&A button on your toolbar to submit any questions at any time. We'll respond to your questions during the Q&A portion of today's webinar. Additionally, this webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand. So I'll be your moderator for today's webinar, and I will be joined by Robert William, owner and designer at Modern Creative, an ASID Industry Partner member. So we'll hear from Robert in just a few minutes. But first, I would like to share some of ASID, the Design Finder by ASID's features with you. So Design Finder is a commerce platform that educates and connects ASID practitioners, industry partners, firms, and members to those looking for success in any interior design project. Some of the platform's features include ASID Industry Partner members receiving a complimentary Level 2 basic annual subscription, ASID members being distinguished in search listings with the ASID member badge, additional member discounts being available on Level 3 Enhanced and Level 4 Premium subscription plans, and guests being able to purchase listings for the full price. So reach out to your local ASID chapter for a 10% discount on listing upgrades. Please note that all paid subscriptions are for 12 months. So let's review how to activate your Design Finder by ASID member benefit. First, you're going to want your company's main rep for your ASID Industry Partner membership account to follow these steps. So emphasis here on main rep. If you have any questions or issues as a main rep, please reach out to industrypartners@asid.org. So that's again, industrypartners@asid.org. So first you'll need to log into your ASID account. So go to asid.org and click on the homepage. Now you'll see the database login screen. So input your account email and password and then click login. Once you're logged in, you'll be able to access your member account. So now click the house icon on the top menu, and this will take you to your ASID member homepage. Now from the homepage, go ahead and click Update Account on the right side of the screen. Now you'll see your individual or personal profile information. So this is you as an individual, and now you need to navigate to your organization's profile. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see an option for My Account. Go ahead and click that. Now you'll be able to click on the option My Managed Organizations. So as a main rep, you'll be able to see this and actually see this information. You'll actually find and see your the organization that you are a main rep for. In this case, I'm a main rep for the American Society of Interior Designers, our organization profile. From here, click Edit. Now you'll be able to edit and view your organization's profile. So this includes your overview, your account information, and other options. From here, go ahead and click Account. Now, at Account is where you want to make sure your organization is opted in. You'll be able to scroll down and see that option for Show in Directory with a checkbox. You want to have that checked. Otherwise, your organization will not have a listing that is viewable or searchable on Design Finder. To confirm this, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and click Save. You need to click Save for the changes to take effect. Now we can move over back to Design Finder. So from here, you'll go to designfinder.asid.org. Go ahead and log into your account. by clicking the yellow button in the top right corner of the menu. Now you'll be prompted to log in, and you have two options. This is also single sign-on connected to your ASID account. You can either input your email to receive a verification code, or you can click the option below to log in with your ASID email and password. Once you've logged in, you'll be taken back to the Design Finder homepage. So from here, go to the top menu again and click Design Your Listing. You'll then see the option for Pricing page. Let's review that to learn more about the features and benefits of subscription plan options. So on the pricing page, you can toggle between options for product and resource suppliers or interior designers and firms. As an ASID Industry Partner member, please click on Product Resource Suppliers. Now you'll be able to see the 4 subscription plan options. As an ASID Industry Partner member, you automatically receive a level 2 basic plan in your membership, which is a $299 value. That's in column 2, where it's highlighted in pale blue. And you can also view that within here of all those like top level features, but make sure you also scroll down farther on the page. There's a section called Featured Comparison. And so that'll actually show you side by side what each of these different level subscriptions provide you. And this goes on further down on this page as well. But for the sake of today's webinar, we're going to be focusing on the level 2 subscription. And so some of those features include a customizable profile, including your cover image, business description and website link, your ability to upload products and services, search categories and team members. You have a reduced amount of competitor ads on your listing. You're visible on the homepage below the fold. You're able to generate leads. You have a direct messaging tool, and you also are able to offer a to the trade perk. So if your company does offer a to the trade discount or specific program, you're able to add that actually in your Design Finder listing. So you can also from here click select, where right now it says for me current plan, and click select if it's your first time accessing your listing. And from here, you'll actually have a pop-up window up here. Select products and resources, so you're on the right side of the platform and right search categories. And then you're able to type in the name of your company and also your company's web address. From here, click submit. So you may find that you already have a listing on the site that's already pre-populated and that you can then claim as the company main rep. And if you have any issues claiming a pre-populated listing, please reach out to ASID at industrypartners@asid.org. Now let's actually see what this looks like in the search results. So if I go from the top menu hitting products and resources, it'll actually give me everybody who's listed in here, all the companies under products and resources. You actually now have a lot of search criteria and filtering abilities. So on that left-hand side that we have highlighted here, people are able to search for your company based on, do you offer a trade perk? Do you have a referral program? Do you search for you based on your location? And so they'll be able to input that by zip code or typing in a city and state. And then there's options for distance from that location. You're also able to search by categories. So that could be like decor, furnishings, materials, style, design, and services and support. But the really great thing here too is you can filter by ASID member. And so if somebody clicks that, it actually filters only to the ASID Industry Partners that you see here. And the higher your listing is upgraded to, the higher you appear in the search listing as well, in the search results. You'll also note that ASID Industry Partners are distinguished with the ASID Industry Partner badge on their thumbnail. As you can see here, it's in black. And now you can even search by name. And so for this case, we're actually searching for Modern Creative, which brings up that company's profile in particular. And so that's actually where we're going to pick up and bring on Robert. So if Robert William could join us.
Hello.
Hello, Robert. How are you doing today?
I'm not bad. How are you?
So far, so good. Thanks for joining us and letting us feature your profile and your listing as well as your company to help our industry partners understand how to take advantage of Design Finder.
Yep.
So I'm going to move us to the next step of flipping actually over to your profile. So hopefully we are still seeing your screen. You've got a great profile for a level 2 listing. And I think just to give everybody on the audience just an overview of here, you've got your specifics about which categories, your contact, which is actually you. We have your founded, your headquarters, and also ways to contact, schedule. But also you've got some great features in here, such as your overview, the video. The video is really awesome. And you also then have the to the trade perks. And I'm going to call this out for our audience because I know you have one, but
Yes.
I'm logged in as a supplier. And so it won't show me that because this is actually how this platform is filtering for designers. And so that a designer is able to access to the trade perk so that it's not publicly available. But that's a great way for them to contact you to build those relationships.
Yep.
But I'm going to, just for this sake, click the gear icon. So if you're editing your own design finder listing, anybody here, you'll be able to click that gear when you're logged in. Takes a minute, but then you get all this pop-up information. And so you're able to fill in all these pieces, such as your logo. I love what you've done with your cover image, Robert, because you include the product as well as the logo of the company. So you're starting to tell a really good story in particular here. And then you have the overview itself. Then you have, sorry, I'm going to scroll down, categories that you selected. You have 3, and then selected between accent tables, furniture, and chairs. We're going to focus on featured content in a minute because Robert's got a really great product in here that we're going to have him walk us through, because I think it's a really inspiring thing for you all as an audience to see what you could be doing with featured content to tell your brand story. But we've got your products here. Robert, if you want to mention anything about these products or why you chose these products in particular to include in your listing.
Yeah, so those are, so I've got we make mostly dining tables, beds, and I chose those because those are kind of our top selling items and ones that, have been out in the marketplace for quite some time. So probably about, 10 years, up to 10 years. So yeah, these are, obviously we have way more products than this, but these are ones that I just felt like, kind of are top selling products. So that's kind of why I chose to feature them.
Absolutely. And they're great. They've got a really consistent story. Your photography is wonderful with them as well. And so it really gives the look, feel, essence of who your company is in this in particular. And you're able to edit these as well as you go through. So as really, this is one of those platforms, like you have to kind of get in here and start clicking around to really understand it. And then here's that member perk, because I can see this because I'm an admin, and that's why I'm able to do this on the back end, just for everyone's peace of mind. It's not everyone able to just come in and edit this on anyone's behalf, but you have a to the trade discount. So that's a really awesome thing here, and you can go ahead and edit that and give more information and what their company provides. And then also people are able to contact you as a designer. And so this is a lead generation tool in particular, and also able to tell what you're able to, how you work with designers. Anything else, like maybe about your video that you'd like to call out, like maybe why, what kind of story that's telling, why you chose that video in particular to upload to your platform?
Yeah, so the videos, obviously as someone that sells stuff online, you're not able to have that tactile experience with the customer. So you kind of want to show, just another, your products through another lens. I didn't use like a huge, extensive, videography or anything. It's just kind of showing a vibe of what our stuff is, and yeah, it would be like if you're recording it on your phone, that kind of thing. So we didn't go too crazy with that, but it kind of, gives us another layer of what the product looks like. That's not just text and photos.
Yeah, there's a lot of storytelling that's really required in that, and video tells such a great story.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, take advantage of that. So I'm gonna go over now to featured content because this is something really unique that Robert has, and also what Modern Creative does. And I'm gonna give him the opportunity to walk through this. And so he had on the level 2 basic listing, you're able to publish up to 5 pieces of featured content. And so this has already been viewed a couple of times. We actually just did this because he just uploaded or just updated this document, and it's a phenomenal document. So people are able to download that, but you're also able to see about who has actually accessed it, because there's also some metrics. We'll get into metrics in a future webinar just to keep everybody ready, and we'll be focused on this one, but we'll get you more insights and how to really learn about the insights and what people are doing within here. So I'm going to switch screen again and show just an example of featured content. Robert, if you want to lead us through this a little bit too.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a broad view of the company, and I wanted to try and put as many details as I could that just talk about our story, our process, kind of where we started from and where we are at the moment, and just provide some context that is going to make a connection with the clients and customers. So that's pretty much what this document is. And yeah, it's got a bunch of different sections that we could all go, we could go through.
I'm gonna go ahead for you. A little bit about you. You've got a really interesting story about how you got into this too, Robert.
Yeah, so my name is Robert, and I'm the owner of Modern Creative, and we're a small furniture company here in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm originally from a small town in Vermont, and I grew up in a family of woodworkers, and that's probably where my passion for well-made things started. My path to where I'm at now wasn't necessarily straightforward. I actually had a previous career as a music producer, and I did that for 15 years. I lived in New York City, I lived in LA, and in 2009, I had a record that went to #1, which was at the time, everyone's dream as a music producer to achieve that success. But I found that for myself, it was just the work-life balance was just not for me. And so I made the choice to kind of step back from the industry and, focus. I had kids at the time, so kind of, put my priorities there and kind of went back to the drawing board to figure out what I was going to do. So at the time I was living in LA, I moved from LA to Cleveland into an empty, more or less an empty house. And there was just a lot of stuff that we needed. And I made the decision to try and make some of the pieces. So as I started to do that, the first piece that I made was a dining table. And I finished it, and a lot of friends and family were like, you should put this on Etsy. So I ended up putting the table on Etsy, and pretty much right away, people kind of like, I was shocked at the response. People were just really loved the design, loved that it was handmade, loved that it was made from solid wood, and that really resonated with customers. And there was obviously a gap in the marketplace for that. So yeah, so that's I'm now in my 11th year with Modern Creative, and I'm just excited about design and furniture as I was when I first started. One of the things I love is the shared experience that I have with the customers, and creating things and putting things out in the world that I'd be happy to have in my own home. So yeah.
Awesome. And I think within here, you start to tell a story within this document, because you have a lot of customization. And I think this is where, like, how you're featuring Design Finder on with the profile of the video, the products, but then this resource in particular is how do you get to that tangible piece? Like, that's a really important aspect of it, because you're not just, you have things that people can buy, like, but you're really like able to work with your clients in the design community to get them what they need and what fits that need in particular.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's something that you want to show. I mean, that's a pretty common thing, at least on the direct to consumer side. Like people want to customize things slightly. And yeah, that's something that I wanted to, that's kind of where the company started on that type of principle. So I wanted to make sure that was conveyed in the body of work that I showed.
That's great. Do you want me to keep it going forward?
Yeah, you can
All
go
right.
ahead.
Awesome. And as I do that, oh, come on. There we go. As I do that, reminder to the audience, as Robert's, giving us an overview and about this featured content on his profile, think about your questions. Please drop those into the Q&A so that we're able to get those answered for you as well. Over to you again, Robert.
Yep. So this page just kind of shows our behind the scenes, how things are made. Like I was saying, I started in a garage, ended up moving into a big workshop, ended up having, 10, 12 people working with me. And these are just some pictures behind the scenes of some of the prototyping and some of the, distilling of ideas that we go through. And I just wanted to show that kind of in this slide. So that's that slide.
Great.
And then I kind of wanted to then talk about the evolution of the company. So here I have, probably the product that got us the most recognition was this particular coffee table called the Yoshi. And it has this geometric base, and we ended up being featured on Etsy, and that just drove a lot of attention to our product. And yeah, so I just wanted to show that. So I've got those studio shot of those 3 coffee tables stacked up on each other there.
They're really great.
Next one. So here I'm talking about kind of, my garage. That picture on the bottom left is actually my garage, 2-car garage. And then I'm showing kind of, the building we moved into, the coffee table we just talked about. Here's us in the space now, the workshop space that I moved into, showing the tables we're building. And then on the right is another picture from my garage.
What's really helpful about this is, especially if for companies that are a startup and learning, this is a really good piece of what you're showcasing and how you've evolved as a company and an organization.
Yeah. This slide is just of some of those products that were made around that time, and just kind of showing what those look like. So yeah, it's mostly, at the beginning, we were making mostly dining tables. So yeah, there's all different types of dining tables there.
Nice.
Here's some of the features that I just wanted to speak to, some of the magazines that featured our work. Once we were featured on Etsy and we had that exposure, just to let people know that our work is out there, and not everyone knows it, but yeah, it just kind of validates what we do on a level.
Really started to take off for you then.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. It surprised me. And then this is kind of the period between, I would say 2016 to 2019, pre-COVID. And this is just showing some of the, different things that were happening. We started to kind of do some things with Desk. We started to work with Live Edge like everyone else at the time, but try to do our own kind of take on that. And yeah, at the time we were doing very kind of brightly colored these geometric bases that I was the only person who could do them. So I kind of had a production bottleneck on things, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that because it's part of our history. So we could go to that.
And definitely part of your unique story.
Yep. So here's just another, as we started to move away from the geometric stuff, I kind of wanted to focus on fine furniture type stuff. So here I am showing, on the top left, we have a big lumber delivery. I'm showing some production parts. I started using the CNC to help kind of craft parts. that I would then combine like hand woodworking stuff. So it was this kind of cool marriage of old world techniques with trying to utilize, modern tools as well. On the bottom left is this credenza that I really love. That's my daughter, and then our dog right there. And then just a close up of one of my tables, just showing details, and yeah, just my bottom half of my body shot there. Let's see what else we got here. So I'll try and go through this as quickly as possible, but after COVID, COVID obviously affected everyone as it affected us. We actually had a fire at our workshop. Not a ton of stuff got damaged, but it was pretty jarring to have that and COVID at the same time. And after COVID, everyone kind of started exploring other things that they wanted to do. So we found it pretty difficult to find people to help make this stuff. So one of the things that I started doing was to look into the idea of partnering with the Amish. We're the place that we're in Ohio. There's Amish probably about an hour from us. And if you're familiar with the Amish, you know that they're really amazing at making things, maybe not so amazing at designing things that are type of furniture, but yeah, so what I started to do was to take my designs to them, show them kind of what I was doing, and say, hey, can you guys help build these things? And so we kind of went back and forth in this iterative process, working together to try and get them to take on our manufacturing. And just as a side note, it was really difficult. One of the friction areas as a business was scaling and being able to meet the demand, because we reached a point where it was the demand was much higher than what we could produce, because it was, we were 10 people. So yeah, we had these friction areas, and I came through to try and figure out what I could do to streamline that and, move the business into a different direction where we wouldn't have those same friction areas. So partnering with Amish is one of those things. They don't have telephones, so everything's done via fax machine. It takes a couple days to get back, and that's one of the frustrating things with dealing with them. But they're wonderful to work with, and they're unbelievably talented and just like so passionate about what they do, and it's been awesome. So that's what we've been doing in the past couple of years is transition our manufacturing from our workshop in Cleveland to these Amish.
It's a great story for like how you can scale and also partner locally,
Yeah.
and build that up as well.
Here's some other shots of so the Amish. It's funny, you can't you're not supposed to take pictures of them, so I've been wanting to take video with them, and they're not allowed to take any video. So you see shots of their back of their heads and stuff like that. So we've got some people in the workshop. The buildings that they use obviously don't have power. Everything's run with like motors and like diesel engines or pneumatic like air pressure, which is really, really interesting to see. They retrofit all their machinery to work in that way. So yep, that's just kind of showing their work. So at the tail end of this, I wanted to talk a little bit about the custom work that we do. Obviously, we have our products that we sell, and those are, we sell mostly those products, but I wanted to speak to, we have the ability to take people's designs or collaborate with people to come up with something new that we could, work together on. So I wanted to kind of wrap up this document with kind of showcasing that. So here's a credenza that I did. It's in oak. It has shoji screen. You can't really necessarily see it, but it's a custom piece.
Got a few more of those too for your custom work.
Yep. So here's, I'm just talking about, our custom process and what's involved in that. And just wanted to show kind of a swath of some of the stuff that we've done that is custom. So it shows, hey, look, we can do these type of projects. So that's pretty much what this page is. We've got a neon pink steel console table that was for a place in Washington, D.C. We got a bed, dining table, the credenza that I was talking about, and then some casework and stuff. So a lot of our products are done in walnut because that's what the market seems to demand. Like, just order volume wise, like people really come to us for pieces that are made in walnut. So yeah, that's why a lot of our stuff is walnut in these photos.
Wonderful. And then how to partner with you and how to work with you, which I think is a great closing within this section too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to, in this final page, just speak to our ability and desire to, create like long-lasting working relationships where we're, collaborating with designers or, firms and yeah, just building a good synergy there. So to just try and wrap up everything, just kind of show that that's important to us and something that we value, and or have always been super thankful for the work that has come to us through sourcing firms or interior designers, and yeah, I just wanted to show that that was something that's important to us.
Wonderful. And thank you for that, Robert. And just as a reminder for the audience, that's all part of featured content and something that you can upload and include. And, it's a great way to start telling your story of either your company's evolution. Hopefully seeing that helped you all, for our audience sake, really consider what you can be presenting and sharing with the audience on Design Finder when interior designers are searching and sourcing product. Because at the end of the day, it'll actually end up becoming like things that are shared. You can see then their products. Oop, takes a little bit of a moment, but now like within shared, it says featured content on Modern Creative as well. And so that hopefully prompts people to like or follow, or they can also then even come in and message. And so they could directly message to the company. And also if you're looking to reach out to designers, you can also do that and like and follow interior designers as a manufacturer or product and resource supplier here. Just be cautious not to spam. You don't want to go around and spam. That's the only part that we make sure that nobody does, because we want to make sure people are always active. And so think of featured content as a way to keep engagement and keep on sharing those updates and that information, and hopefully drive traffic to your page. And then you can always update that and think about the cadence of how you may want to update that as well. So thank you, Robert, so much for walking us through that and letting us showcase Modern Creative's profile or listing on Design Finder. But actually, I think that's going to wrap up the core content, and I'm going to wrap us up for the presentation. So I'm going to switch slides one more time. Here we go. So thanks, and thank you for joining us today. And also, Robert, huge thank you to you. Your company's started on a really great path. You've got an awesome story, and you're taking advantage of your ASID Industry Partner benefit on Design Finder by ASID. So thank you for being a part of this today with us.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful to be here.
So as a reminder to our audience, a recording from today's webinar will be available on demand. We'll have it on YouTube, as well as Design Connection by ASID, and also in our resource center. And we will have a survey at the end of the conclusion of today's webinar. So please be sure to fill that out. Your feedback really helps us improve the programs. Also, just want to give a nice shout out to the rest of our Design by ASID programs. Be sure to check out everything that we have available to you, our ASID Industry Partner audience and our members. So things such as Design Business, Design Careers, and Design Connection. Today we featured Design Finder. You'll find design learning as well as design research. So there's always something that you may need, and we hope that you take advantage of everything that ASID has to offer you and your company. And with that, we want to say thank you and have a great day.